Our Hong Kong Foundation held an international forum on progress through collaboration in April. The forum explored Hong Kong's new opportunities and new future as an international financial center and East-West cultural hub against the backdrop of mainland China's long-range national development goals. Mr. Bernard Chan, Executive Vice Chairman of Our Hong Kong Foundation and Chairman of M+ Museum, delivered welcoming remarks on the topic Progress Through Collaboration.
Hong Kong has a long history of being a free port which strives on trade through an open-door policy that enables us to become one of the world's largest trading economies and an international financial and commercial centers serving China, the Asia-Pacific region, and the rest of the world. However, despite this rich history, it seems that over recent years, many people outside of Hong Kong have been having serious doubts about our future and our ability to continue to make valuable contribution within the international community. That was brought about by the international travel restrictions imposed by the pandemic, which resulted in our enforced absence from the international stage. And also, in 2019, we went through a period of social unrest, which, along with the subsequent restoration of law and order, attracted sometimes unfair, unbalanced, but certainly continuous and negative international media coverage. I know from personal experience that this combination left many people across the international community, particularly those not necessarily well-informed, with the view that Hong Kong was somehow losing its relevance and that any change was probably for the worse. I think everyone here today, and indeed an increasing number of our international friends and partners, will agree that this is simply not the case. However, it has only been in recent months, with the lifting of the travel restriction, that visitors have been able to return for the first time in 3 years and see for themselves the significant progress and development that has been made in many important areas. Despite the pandemic, and in the eyes of many observers, we are re-emerging onto the world stage, stronger and better than before. Our success is a reflection of the one country, two system framework, which provides us with a unique, valuable, and very distinct advantage. However, from my personal experience, this is also a system that many international observers have very difficulty understanding, comprehend, partly because there is no other benchmarks to judge us against. But for those who have first-hand experience here, the system does work and continue to work very well. President Xi's continued commitment to the one country, two system is also an indictment of the importance of the central government places on the unique role that Hong Kong has always played and will continue to play. As the gateway to international community, the system will continue to provide many major opportunities and benefits for the global community. Our status as an international financial center enable us act as an offshore center to service our hinterland of the some 1.4 billion people and meet the needs of the Chinese firms. But on the other hand, we are also serving business interests across the region and the broader international community. We continue to provide our international partners with a range of products and services which enable them to access the mainland market and other regional markets through a secure, robust, and respected common law system. Over recent years, we have been consistently developing our connectivity as an international hub in a variety of areas, and it is important to remember that all of our success and progress is a result of a history of long-term collaboration. As the regional logistic hub, we have the advantage of interconnected air, sea, and road transportation, which provides flexibility in moving goods from one corner of the world to another. Security, transparency, efficiency, speed, and connectivity have resulted in more logistics service providers setting up regional distribution centers. As an aviation hub, we are perfectly placed and have all of Asia's key markets within a 4-hour flight radius. Travel a further 1 hour, and we can cover almost half of the world's population. Hong Kong Shipping Registry is the 4th largest in the world in terms of the gross tonnage, with over 150 years of experience in ship registration, inspection, and survey. A Hong Kong registered vessel complies with international standards, including safety and protection of the marine environment. We are making strong progress in a range of areas from life sciences, healthcare, biotechnology, pharmaceuticals, and medical devices. And also in the areas of information and communication technology, intellectual property, trading, philanthropy, insurance, Web3, and the metaverse. We are also increasingly attractive location as a wealth management hub, offering a complete suite of services to support family offices. As a legal hub, we were ranked the 3rd most preferred location for arbitrations globally in 2021. To me, these examples provide clear evidence of the functionality embedded in our one country, two system framework. As chairman of M+ Museum, I met many museum directors from some of the world's most highly regarded institutions and other important influencers who travel here to attend an extensive range of public and private events in March. I was overwhelmed by the feedback I received, which was a massive vote of confidence in Hong Kong and a strong endorsement of our role as the major hub in Asia. I have no doubt these people will convey similar messages to their friends and colleagues back at their homes. Arts and culture create new and valuable channels for engagement, dialogue, and debate, and have the soft power remove barriers and reduce tensions. Likewise, sport has a vitally important role to play in our future, not only from the perspective of physical health, mental health, and the general well-being of those in our community. Sport strengthens our international connectivity and has the capacity to forge a stronger national identity. We have combined science, medicine, and technology into our elite sports program, but much, much more can be done at the community level to integrate sport. It would be a remiss of me not to mention the Greater Bay Area, creating a potential market of 86 million people. This is a major part of China's implementation of innovation-driven development and commitment to reform and opening up. This is already providing a significant opportunities for Hong Kong and is helping us to focus and redefine our unique attributes, particularly in dealing with the complex but critical matter of alignment. We should also not lose sight of the role we can play in the supply chain as an R&D center and a valuable test market. Likewise, the Belt and Road Initiative is designed to reinvigorate the seamless flow of capital, goods, and services between Asia and the rest of the world. The global pandemic and geopolitical tensions has somewhat slowed progress, but think 20 years ahead, and the opportunities and the efficiency of the increased market integration and the greater connectivity. Once again, there are many opportunities arising from Hong Kong on this horizon. Over the recent years, ASEAN has become Hong Kong's second largest merchandise trade partner, and in 2020, re-export of the mainland origin goods to ASEAN through the Hong Kong exceeded 196 billion Hong Kong dollars. We have a strong relationship with ASEAN, and that needs to be sensitively nurtured and maintained, particularly at such a time of the heightened geopolitical tensions. Finally, I hope this afternoon's exchange of views and discussions will result in further collaboration and commitment, which will enable Hong Kong to play an increasingly important role in the international debate surrounding these topics and other important challenges which we all face as a member of the global community. In essence, our future success will reflect progress through collaboration. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much.
The forum commenced with video addresses from distinguished speakers. The Honorable John KC Lee, HKSAR Chief Executive, discussed Hong Kong's new role and new future.
Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I'm pleased to have this welcome opportunity to speak to you at this international forum organized by our Hong Kong Foundation. I would first like to start by congratulating our Hong Kong Foundation for organizing this very special event. The forum today is graced by a panel of high-power speakers and guests. Together, you will explore the means of capitalizing on Hong Kong's unique advantages to foster collaboration under the inspirational theme of connecting the world, Hong Kong's new opportunities and new future. Last month, the first session of the 14th National People's Congress concluded victoriously in Beijing. President Xi Jinping said, and I quote, "The long-term prosperity and stability of Hong Kong and Macau special administrative regions is indispensable to the building of a great China." The President added that we should fully, faithfully, and resolutely implement the policy of one country, two systems. President Xi's words speak to all of us. They tell us that the one country, two systems principle is Hong Kong's inspired means of making an indispensable contribution to the country as well as the international community. Ladies and gentlemen, the Hong Kong Special Administrative Region government is doing just that. Over the next few minutes, allow me to explain some of the policy areas and sectors we are working on to bring a new and brighter tomorrow for all. The first place to begin with is financial services. The National 14th Five-Year Plan looks to Hong Kong to enhance its status as an international financial center. That includes building on our strengths as the world's largest offshore renminbi center, international asset management center, and risk management center. It includes two deepening mutual assets between the financial markets of the mainland of China and Hong Kong. Less than a month ago, Hong Kong and Guangdong convened the 23rd plenary of a high-level cooperation joint conference co-chaired by the governor of Guangdong province and myself. At the conference, we agreed to expand cooperation in several areas, including promoting mutual access between our financial markets. That mutual access is thriving, I'm pleased to say. The average daily buy and sell values of Stock Connect's northbound and southbound trading have surged to over 97 billion renminbi and nearly 44 billion Hong Kong dollars. That represents increases of 16 times and 46 times from when the scheme was launched in 2014, respectively. Last month, the exchanges in Shanghai, Shenzhen, and Hong Kong expanded the scopes of stocks under Stock Connect, adding foreign company stocks under southbound trading. Our renminbi business continues to expand. At the end of 2022, Hong Kong's renminbi deposits reached nearly 1 trillion. Hong Kong processes about 75% of global offshore renminbi payments. Last year, the governments of Shenzhen and Hainan issued offshore renminbi local government bonds in Hong Kong, with each issuance amounting to 5 billion renminbi. This welcome moves would boost the renminbi financial products available here while promoting the internationalization of the renminbi. That's an encouraging start, and rest assured, we're working with the mainland to expand participating institutions and products. We are also working to promote green investment with our motherland. Last year, the Hong Kong Exchange signed an MOU with Guangzhou's China Emissions Exchange. It focuses on carbon finance cooperation, including the possible development of a carbon center in Guangdong, Hong Kong, Macau Greater Bay Area, a cluster city development with a population of over 86 million. Last October, Hong Kong Exchange launched Core Climate, an international carbon marketplace. To date, it is the only carbon market offering both Hong Kong dollars and renminbi settlement for the trading of international voluntary carbon credits. We are also collaborating with the mainland in financial technology, conducting cross-boundary trials to speed up the launch of products and cut development costs. Pilot tests are taking place on the use of e-CNY in cross-boundary payments, and that only underlines our deepening collaboration with the mainland in technology. The 14th National Five-Year Plan expressly supports the development of Hong Kong as an international INT center. We are well on our way there, ladies and gentlemen. The Shenzhen, Hong Kong, Guangzhou Science Technology Cluster has been ranked second in the world for 3 consecutive years by the Global Innovation Index. The Shenzhen Hong Kong Innovation and Technology Cooperation Zone, which brings together the Hong Kong Shenzhen INT Park and the Shenzhen INT Zone, showcases the close collaboration between the governments of Hong Kong and Shenzhen. We are now working towards a cross-boundary policy on INT cooperation. It covers the flow of INT material, capital, data, and people between Hong Kong and Shenzhen. Hong Kong and Shenzhen has also formally agreed to boost collaboration among our industry, academic, and research sectors. Earlier this year, Hong Kong and the mainland signed 3 cooperation agreements, including one with Guangdong, created to expedite the development of a smart city cluster. Last month in Beijing, I witnessed the signing of an arrangement between the Hong Kong SAR government and the Ministry of Science and Technology of China on expediting our development into an international INT center. Beyond our growing economic and INT ties with the mainland, we continue to seek opportunity with the world at large, thanks to the unique principle of one country, two systems that ensures our unparalleled connectivity with the world. There is no better illustration of that than our free trade agreements. To date, we have signed 8 FTAs with 20 economies. They include our FTA with ASEAN, which entered into force just over 2 years ago. Last year, I'm pleased to note our trade in goods with ASEAN reached an all-time high of more than $165 billion. Our cooperation is evident as well in the abundance of ASEAN regional headquarters and offices here in Hong Kong. ASEAN's 10 member states are all founding members of RCEP, the Regional Comprehensive Economic Partnership. RCEP is now the world's largest free trade agreement, and Hong Kong is determined to be part of it. For good reason. RCEP members last year accounted for 71% of Hong Kong's total merchandise trade and 46% of our trade in services in 2021. No less important, Hong Kong can play a critical role in building regional economic integration through RCEP. We are, after all, the gateway connecting our motherland to the rest of the world. We are seeking early accession to RCEP and count on the continuing support of RCEP members and the distinguished guests of today's forum. Beyond RCEP, updated commitments on trade in services under our FTA with Chile came into effect less than 2 weeks ago, and Hong Kong and Peru began negotiation towards an FTA at the end of January. Our international outlook is equally visible in our rise as a center of international legal and dispute resolution services in the Asia-Pacific. In that, too, we have the support of our country through the 14th Five-Year Plan. The Hong Kong Legal Hub, which opened in 2020, is now home to 26 local, regional, and international law-related organizations. The latest additions to the Legal Hub include the Asian African Legal Consultative Organization Hong Kong Regional Arbitration Center, which opened last May, and the International Organization for Mediation Preparatory Office, set up in February. Hong Kong is the only common law jurisdiction in China. Bestowed with a robust legal system and the rule of law, we are ranked among the world's top 3 most preferred seats for arbitration. It helps, too, that our arbitration ordinance is modeled on the United Nations Commission on International Trade Law Model Law, and that arbitral awards in Hong Kong are enforceable in more than 170 jurisdictions around the world. Just last month, Deputy Secretary for Justice Horace Zheng visited Europe. He also led a 30-person legal delegation to Bangkok to promote Hong Kong's diversified legal and dispute resolution services. The visits for law, finance, business and investment, culture and the creative industries, and much more will continue. My team and I believe in the power of communication and the value of cooperation. That's why I paid my first overseas visit this year to the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia and the United Arab Emirates in February. Together with a high-level delegation of Hong Kong business and professional leaders, we promoted our trade and cultural ties with the Middle East region. Communication and cooperation is equally important for deepening our integration into national development. That is why later this week, I will be leading a delegation comprising all members of the Hong Kong's legislature to visit a number of cities in the Greater Bay Area. President Xi visited Guangdong earlier this month, highlighting the country's commitment in comprehensively deepening reform and expanding high-standard opening up in this pace-setter province of the country's modernization. This year marks the 45th anniversary of our country's policy of reform and opening up. Hong Kong played a part in the opening up of our motherland 45 years ago, and we are pleased and proud to play a role in its continuing progress through one country, two systems, and with the unwavering determination and innovative spirit that has long powered Hong Kong's remarkable success. My thanks again to our Hong Kong Foundation for organizing today's forum. I wish you all a memorable day, alongside new opportunities and the best of business collaboration. Thank you very much.
Mr. Zheng Yanxiong, Director of the Liaison Office of the Central People's Government in the Hong Kong Special Administrative Region, spoke on Hong Kong's opportunities and unique role in China's modernization.
尊敬的李家超行政长官，各位嘉宾，各位朋友，大家下午好。很高兴出席联通世界的香港新机遇、新未来主题论坛。首先，我谨代表中央政府驻港联络办向论坛的举办表示热烈的祝贺，向线上线下的参会嘉宾致以诚挚的问候。在去年召开的中共20大上，习近平总书记概括提出并深入地阐述中国式现代化理论，这是20大的一个重大理论创新，是科学社会主义的最新重大成果，也是以中国式现代化全面推进中华民族伟大复兴实践的经验结晶。这段时间以来，中国式现代化不仅成为香港社会的高频热词，也吸引了国际社会的广泛关注。不同于西方已经走过的现代化道路，中国式现代化探索的是一条不用通过扩张和战争，不用搞两极分化，不用先污染后治理，不用掉入中等收入陷阱，不用放弃崇高精神追求，并且可以推动现代化人口倍增的全新现代化道路。这5个不，一个倍增，是一种典型的现代化模式的迭代，必将创造出人类文明新形态。在这样的历史大事件面前，到底香港面临什么样的机遇，应该如何对待？我们可以从习近平主席多次的重要讲话中找到答案。一方面，习主席十分强调中国式现代化的世界机遇，强调我们将以中国式现代化推动人类整体进步，以中国新发展为世界带来新机遇，为动荡的世界提供更多稳定性和 确定性，强调中国愿同世界各国分享中国式现代化带来的新机遇。这些重要论述充分表明，中国式现代化不仅造福中国和中国人民，还将为推动世界经济复苏发展和解决全球性治理难题提供强劲动力。另一方面，习主席十分强调中国式现代化的香港机遇，强调推进强国建设离不开香港、澳门长期繁荣稳定，强调中华民族伟大复兴已经进入不可逆转的历史进程，推进一国两制在香港的成功实践是这一历史进程的重要组成部分。香港一定能够为中华民族伟大复兴做出新的更大贡献。最近，习主席在广东考察时再次强调，要使粤港澳大湾区成为新发展格局的战略支点、高质量发展的示范地、中国式现代化的引领地。这些重要论述充分表明，香港在中国式现代化中有可能是全国最具引领作用、最能占尽先机的区域，也有可能是世界各国和各地共享中国式现代化机遇的超级联系人、超级导入口。这一地位意味着未来的香港优势独特，商机澎湃。香港历来是中国联通世界的重要窗口，是世界各国分享中国发展红利的重要通道。在推进中国式现代化的新征程上，中央政府赋予香港比以往更为重要的角色和使命。香港的独特地位和优势将更加凸显。这意味着，香港在强国建设、民族复兴进程中，将继续担当中国联通世界的重要功能，有能力，也应当成为中国式现代化的排头兵。意味着香港将全方位受益于中国式现代化，在擦亮老名片、铸就新名片的过程中，进一步增强国际竞争力。意味着所有选择在香港投资兴业的各国企业和投资者，抓住了一个可以大展宏图的时代风口，迎来了依托香港分享中国式现代化红利的历史性机遇。借此机会，我与大家分享4点看法。第一，香港背靠祖国、联通世界的重大优势，将在中国推进高水平对外开放中进一步彰显和升级。香港是中国唯一集国际金融、航运、贸易中心和国际航空枢纽为一体的国际大都会，也是中国最大的外资来源地、最大的对外投资目的地、内地最大的境外投融资平台。截至2022年底，内地累计利用港资1.57万亿美元，占累计利用外资的55.9%。内地对港投资累计1.6万亿美元，占对外投资总存量的56%。这些数字生动彰显了香港作为内地和世界之间超级联系人的 重要性。在中国式现代化进程中，中国开放的大门会越开越大，香港的作为空间会更加广阔。中央全力支持香港抓住国家发展带来的历史机遇，主动对接“十四五”规划、粤港澳大湾区和“一带一路”建设等国家战略，全力支持香港同世界各地展开更广泛、更紧密的交流合作。展望未来，香港不仅将在引进外资、吸引外际上继续扮演重要角色，还能在内地企业走出去中进一步发挥支点作用。不仅将继续巩固与发达经济体之间的经贸往来，还能进一步拓展与新兴经济体的合作关系。不仅将继续保持作为国际资本高地的硬实力，还能进一步强化作为国际人才高地的软实力。有中国式现代化的强力引领，香港这个超级联系人必将迎来历史性的地位再升级、功能再升级、优势再升级。第二，香港法治环境的重大优势将在服务香港、服务内地、服务全球中进一步彰显和升级。香港拥有深厚的法治基础和优秀的法律人才，法治水平长期享有国际盛誉。香港良好的法治为维护和发展优质营商环境奠定了基石。面对修例风波引发的社会动荡，香港国安法的出台不仅有效维护了国家安全和市民福祉，也有效维护了各国投资者的合法权益。在世界正义工程2022年法治指数排名中，香港居第22位，超越了多个经常指责别人的大国。法治是中国式现代化的题中之意，中央始终坚持依法治港。香港的法治环境和自由开放规范的营商环境将会越来越好。香港良好的法治可以为内地涉外法治建设和内地企业对接国际市场提供有益的借鉴。中央完全支持香港保持普通法制度，保持与世界通行法治规则、市场体系的紧密衔接。这既有利于香港不断的扩大和深化与世界各地的交流与联系，又能够协助内地拓展与世界各地的交往与合作，在普通法系与大陆法系的对接上发挥不可替代的重要作用。香港良好的法治还能为各国投资者解决商业纠纷与争议提供便利。香港国际商事仲裁服务业发达。十四五规划提出支持香港建设亚太区国际法律及争议解决服务中心。前不久，在中央的支持下，国际调解院筹备办公室在香港成立。香港在国际法律服务方面将大有作为。这些都预示着中国式现代化将为各国提供越来越多的国际公共产品。香港的法治优势足以担当重任，必将令世界受益，香港受益。第三，香港国际金融中心的重大优势将在人民币国际化进程中进一步彰显 和升级。香港是世界3大金融中心之一。刚过去的3月，巴塞尔银行监管委员会会议、裕泽香江论坛等金融界盛会在香港相继举行。新一期全球金融中心指数报告中，香港营商环境、基础设施、金融业发展水平、声誉和综合等排名均有上升，这些都体现了香港国际金融中心的韧性与实力。在中国式现代化进程中，世界金融将进一步走进中国，中国金融也将进一步走向世界，特别是有序地推进人民币国际化，势必为香港金融业的发展带来重要机遇。展望未来，作为全球最大的离岸人民币中心，凭借成熟经验、先发优势以及同属一国的有利条件，香港完全能够在丰富完善产品体系、提升投融资载体功能、拓展市场深度、强化基础设施建设、促进跨境使用等方面，为人民币国际化发挥更大的作用。香港国际金融中心的金字招牌将越擦越亮，熠熠生辉。第四，香港文化多元的重大优势将在中西文化交流、文明互鉴中进一步彰显和升级。香港中西文化水乳交融，是香港特色中华文化形态的大熔炉。香港全面复常以来，各类国际文化体育盛事不断，生动展现出多元文化交融交汇的独特魅力。大家熟悉的香港又回来了，热闹起来了。中国式现代化致力推动建设人类命运共同体，而香港的风采和魅力，就是对两种制度有共生、东西文化能合璧、人类命运有共同的最好说明。从更广的视野看，作为大陆文明与海洋文明结合部，中华文化与西方文化交汇地，西方制度方案与中国特色方案共生地，经济枢纽与文化交流集中区。粤港澳大湾区又为香港增强文化创造力、文化辐射力提供了无以伦比的地利之优和人文底蕴。文化包容是最有利于聚集世界人才的，也是最有利于吸引世界投资者、消费者、创造者的眼光的。展望未来，香港理应保持东西文化荟萃的特色，保持马照跑、舞照跳、鼓照吵、外语照讲、洋名照叫，走好国际化道路。同时，理应用好知名文化交流平台和文化 IP 众多优势，向世界讲好中国故事，增强中华文化传播力和影响力。这就必能在促进东西方文化交流、文明互鉴、民心相通中，进一步彰显香港价值、香港担当。抓住重大机遇，需要在正确的时间、正确的地点，顺应历史的大势，把握时代的潮流。 我们坚信，和平、发展、合作、共赢，就是这样的历史大势。中国式现代化就是这样的时代潮流。香港就是这样的正确地点。香港由治及兴的新阶段就是这样的正确时间。各位嘉宾，各位朋友，习近平主席深刻指出，一国两制这样的好制度没有任何理由改变，必须长期坚持。在香港诸多优势中，最大、最根本的优势是一国两制。确保一国两制行稳致远，就是对中国式现代化的生动诠释和有力助攻。无论时局、世局如何变化，我们坚守一国两制的初心坚定不移，保持香港长期繁荣稳定的信心坚定不移，支持香港保持独特地位和优势的决心坚定不移。我们真诚希望各位朋友亲身感受香港近年来的新变化、新发展、新气息，向世界真实传递香港声音，展示香港风貌。作为中央驻港机构，中联办将努力为香港更好连通世界担当超级牵线人、超级勤务员，支持香港在中国式现代化进程中变得越来越好，书写更加灿烂的崭新篇章。最后，祝论坛取得圆满成功，谢谢大家。
The Honorable Chan Kwok Ki, Chief Secretary for Administration, HKSAR Government, delivered insightful opening remarks to the attendees.
I'm glad to join you all today at this International Forum on Progress through Collaboration. This forum could not be timelier with the strong support of our motherland and the concerted efforts of the Hong Kong SAR government and society at large. Hong Kong has resumed full normality after 3 years of the pandemic. Having resumed normal travel with mainland China and the international world, Hong Kong is back on stage and back in the business of making great progress through collaboration. Just now, the Chief Executive has updated us on certain policy areas, including financial services, business and trade, innovation and technology, legal and dispute resolution services, that our government is putting in efforts, leveraging the city's strengths under the one country, two systems principle. At the core of our work is collaboration with the business, academic, and research sectors alike to drive Hong Kong's 8 hubs development as underpinned by the National 14th Five-Year Plan. Our collaboration is cross-sectoral. An example with promising prospects is the development of fintech. The growth in the number of fintech companies speaks for itself, from no more than 180 5 years ago to over 800 to date. We're also pleased to note that many of them are founded by talent worldwide, from mainland China, France, Israel, the UK, and other places. And to support sustainable fintech development, we're providing startups with seed funding, investor matching, incubation, and professional support services, launching regulatory sandboxes in collaboration with mainland authorities, and taking bold initiatives, such as issuing earlier this year the first ever tokenized government green bonds. Speaking of green finance, opportunities are tremendous likewise, as the Chief Executive has noted, A recent initiative is the international carbon marketplace named Core Climate, launched by Hong Kong EX last October, to enable effective trading of voluntary carbon credits and instruments across Asia and beyond. From a macro perspective, our government is establishing a Green Technology and Finance Development Committee to produce an action agenda. This agenda will cover, among other things, green certification and green standard setting, converging the mainland and international standards. No less important, our collaboration is multicultural. Hong Kong is developing into a East-Meets-West Center for international cultural exchange to tell good Hong Kong stories worldwide. At center stage is the West Kowloon Cultural District, is home to two world-class museums, Empress Museum and the Hong Kong Palace Museum, as well as the Xi Center, combining the East with the West and the Asian with the modern. Other infrastructural projects of the city to be completed in the near future include the East Kowloon Cultural Center to support art tech development and the Kai Tak Sports Park to provide world-class venues for international sports events. Speaking of events, we're welcoming the launch or return of various mega events in Hong Kong. The recent ones include Art Basel Hong Kong, Hong Kong Sevens, Entertainment Expo Hong Kong, and Digital Economy Summit. Leisure and business travelers are coming in to boost our economy. Their visits also help enhance our city's cosmopolitan image. All such hardware and software add to the ecosystem of Hong Kong's art and culture and creative industries. To enrich this ecosystem, our government is working with industry leaders through the newly formed Culture Commission to map out a development blueprint. Looking beyond the city, our collaboration is regional as well as international. With our motherlands, Guangdong, Hong Kong, Macau, Greater Bay Area Development and Belt and Road Initiative, Hong Kong actively plays the role as a super connector between mainland China and the rest of the world. As the Chief Executive has mentioned, our government is stepping up collaboration with Shenzhen to develop the Shenzhen-Hong Kong Innovation and Technology Cooperation Zone, as well as the ASEAN member starts to seek early accession to the Regional Comprehensive Economic Partnership. We are determined to achieve these goals by upholding Hong Kong's competitive strengths, including a highly open and internationalized market, the rule of law, robust infrastructure, and the free flow of capital, information, and people. And to take our city's 8 hubs development to new heights, I and the financial secretaries are respectively driving inter-bureau efforts to proactively bring in top-notch talent and strategic enterprises from around the world. Our enhanced package of talent admission schemes, with application procedures streamlined, requirements relaxed, and new initiatives introduced, has been well received. A prime example is our newly launched Top Talent Pass scheme, targeting high-income professionals and graduates from the world's top 100 universities. Over 20,000 applications were received in just a quarter's time, and nearly 12,000 of them approved as of late March. The internationalized nature of the scheme can be seen by the wide-ranging locations of the top universities where the talent in the approved cases graduated. They range from mainland China, Singapore and South Korea, to the US, Australia, UK, and also Canada. At the same time, a dedicated office for attracting strategic enterprises has been set up to draw enterprises of strategic value to our economy by tailoring incentive packages. We also break new grounds by setting up a fund of around $4 billion to co-invest in them and or their projects. Our target sectors include life and health technology, AI, data science, fintech, advanced manufacturing, and new energy technology. The office's active discussion with relevant enterprises is underway, with good news to be announced in good time. Ladies and gentlemen, as Hong Kong advances from stability to prosperity, new opportunities surely await. My thanks go to our Hong Kong Foundation for organizing this forum to present some of these opportunities and chart a new future for Hong Kong. I wish you all a rewarding forum and the best of business. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Chan. Thank you.